He's just gonna bust up the window.
See, that's why black people should never be in horror movies, man. Because black people
will ruin the movie.
Black people display common sense in horror movie situations. When white people go to where the danger is, black people go away from the danger. There's no horror movie.
And why was Jason? He just appeared in the middle of the road and then jumped. Oh, this was terrible, bro.
It's that mist move, dog. Quarter circle back and B.
I said quarter circle back and B.
Oh, and she's out of gas on the bridge. I'm done. Yo, I can't watch this no more.
And she has the window rolled down. Come on.
White people.
White people.
Yo, we can't say that. And here's Jason. Here's Jason. Here he come. Here he come.
Well, y'all already on the director's cut. I'm just letting y'all know that.
And you know what? And then now the van is breaking the bridge.
Yeah, look at her. And she's falling.
You see the shit's empty. What are you doing? And she tried to put it in reverse. And she saw the shit was empty. I'm done.
And why is Jason running? Jason never runs.
Yeah. Choke her ass. Choke her ass.
Choke her ass.
No, you are mad violent, yo.
No, I mean, this is dumb, man.
Oh my gosh, Jason kill her ass.
Yo,
oh my goodness.
I just got one thing to say for that.
Oh my god, here we go.
Oh my goodness. Yo, dude gave an order sitting here watching Friday the 13th. Well,
I mean, I'm saying Jason was it, man. He was him and Freddy. They ruled the 80s and 90s. I mean,
you know,
Wes Craven passed away not too long ago.
I was never a horror movie fan. Still, I'm not.
I'm not neither. But
now I see why I stopped watching them because they're stupid, though.
It's not that it's not that they're stupid. It's just that being frightened was never my idea of like being entertained.
I like how this is.
Oh my goodness.
Hey Nelson, you there? You still there?
Yeah.
Nelson's still there. All right, so we got a couple minutes because we don't want the director's cut too long, and then he put the board up. Yeah, unbelievable.
Well, the director's cut is however long it wants to be. See, they don't have control of that.
Yo, why does Jason's neck look like that, yo?
Oh no.
Look like his shoulders too big. He walking around like he wearing a tight shirt. Dang.
Well, games of gold for XOX1 are pretty goddamn shit this month.
Hey, Microsoft has to get it together.
Well, I did. Well, I like the definitive edition of Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's dope.
No, I'm saying for October for next.
Oh,
and the dumb
what's
girl's
next
gonna
month?
fall off on the same hide from him.
Okay, I think it's Valiant Hearts: The Great War, and then Walking Dead: The Complete First Season.
Oh yeah.
Plus 400 days, and then for the 360, it's Ground Zeroes and The Walking Dead Complete First Season.
Wow, that's
a pretty shitty.
Well, The Walking Dead is pretty good.
Yeah,
but I mean,
now Playboy, did you see he was looking for her in a box? Unfreaking believable.
Finds a machete right there, just sitting there.
I know, right? Oh my goodness.
What the fuck? Who dying?
Oh, yo! Speaking of stupid sound effects, have you seen the rubber ducky squeeze videos?
No.
Oh my goodness! Type MythBusters and rubber ducks into YouTube.
Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, and he found a machete. What the heck is this?
And she's gonna clock him up, and she's gonna clunk him with a little shovel and do a little.
Like this is MK, and the magic machete pops up. Oh my gosh! And she got a shovel. She ain't gonna do shit.
No, she's gonna pop it. She's gonna be like, and he's all knocked out.
And she's hiding behind hay.
Yeah,
she put hay on top of the thing where he had to climb up, thinking that's gonna stop him. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what? No gave an order. This is just an unusual case. She clocked him upside the head. Unbelievable.
And now she hung him. She pushed him out the thing and hung him.
I remember that shit. Oh yeah, this is how it ended, right?
No, they put him in the water. I think they put him in the water in this one.
And then, and the actor playing Jason let her put the fucking rope around it.
Yeah.
What the kind of shit? He's more formidable in MKX because you take Scorpion or something.
Yeah.
And you gotta sit there. What the heck?
Well, and Shenhua, you gotta go.
He got hung.
Yeah, she lynched him, man.
Oh.
How you gonna lynch something that's already dead? Doesn't make any sense.
No, Jason wasn't dead. He's like some demon or whatever.
Yeah, that's a mutant. You found out later that he's not dead.
Well, yeah. That's usually the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got this on because SmackDown I usually leave playing in the background and whatnot, so.
Hang on, let me check out my pork chops in the oven right quick.
Unfreaking believable.
Dude, I don't want them to dry out and shit.
Unbelievable. I'm done.
Dude, we can't all subsist on hungry man dinners like you, Alex.
Oh, damn.
Wait a minute.
Alex can't cook. I'm not coming over to your house, Alex. You can't cook. No, bro.
Dave gets the award for dissing Alex Lexus.
That's fucked.
He said hungry man dinners.
DeMizzo's the winner. Yes.
Fatality. Finish him.
Oh, wait a minute.
Tag.
Alrighty. And Jason is trying to pull. Yo, what the heck?
We deadass have one viewer hearing you talk about Jason movies.
Yo, he showed his face, yo. Yo, cut her ass up. Do it. Hold on. Let me find that.
Oh, and now she hit him with an axe. He's like, look at this.
He'll cut his hand off. Oh my. Yo, kill his ass.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the black dude gets killed. Yo,
yeah, he gets killed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, the camera. Yo, why did the camera zoom in on Playboy's chin like that, yo? Why did the camera zoom in on his chin like that?
Playboy looked like that dude that got killed. What the heck?
What are we talking about? Man, chop his head off. Dumb hooker.
Oh.
That's what they're going to put his body in that fucking place.
Yo, she put the axe in his forehead. Wait a minute. Playboy looks like the black dude that just got killed, yo. That's messed up.
That's fucked up, man.
It's true. He got chopped up, yo.
Yeah, he got chopped up.
Oh my god, Playboy got killed, yo.
Girl, man, I've been like, deuces.
Oh my goodness.
Man, I ain't gonna fuck around. I'm out of here. I'm straight blowjob.
Yo, who here has Xfinity on their cable service?
Not me.
I know they're doing something with gaming right now. They're supposed to be, optimizing the service or some shit.
They just upgraded my cable box because now it got voice service in the remote.
Which Jason movie you guys watching?
It's on Sci-Fi, the Sci-Fi channel. Because
I can't change the channel because I'm doing the whole game thing. So what movie is it?
Go to NFL Network.
It's what was that? Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Okay.
Part 3, 1982.
I was a little kid when that came out.
Yeah, I was a little kid.
Here at MetLife, and folks, let's take a look at the home field advantage presented by
HBO.
Hell, they're trying to do like the Connect. Ew. Unbelievable.
It's dope though. All you gotta do is just press the button and speak into the remote.
That's cool.
Okay, so just let me know when you guys are ready.
Alright, let me see.
HBO 2.
And everyone else who's playing Nintendo, Zelda, TV background, please lower it down.
Alrighty, so I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, me so I'm ready.
I'm good.
I'm here, ready.
Wow, apparently Dragon Senpai Beast never seen Friday the 13th.
Oh man, we're showing our ages, bro.
What? Oh, come on. You got to be.
Just how old are you, and are you old enough to be watching this show?
Yeah.
I know, right?
If you tell me you were born in 2000, I'm checking out.
And Jason he's still alive.
So Slinky Jim, have you seen any of the Jason movies? I'm curious. I want to know if you did.
Why is Jason? Yo. Oh my goodness! Why he in the window without the mask? Is half his forehead chopped open?
I just turned to it. It's on sci-fi. Oh my god!
Sci-fi.
Oh my
You're
god!
not joking? Holy shit!
That's Jason's mother. She killed.
How old is he, Nelson?
I don't know.
Now she thinks Playboy. Oh shit!
That's the mother.
Now I'm kind of scared, yo. Hold on. Yo, what the heck? And that branch, bro. You know what we gotta do? We gotta do movie night with New Game and Order and do some stupid commentary over these horror films.
Theater 3000.
Yeah. I want to do that. Oh.
Well, the thing is, we can't show any movie on Twitch.
Oh,
nor
shoot.
YouTube.
What was that in the water? That was the mom?
That was his mother. That was Jason's mother.
Oh, man. No one made it. That's messed up. Oh my goodness. No one made it, yo. Unbelievable. What the heck is this? So the dead mom comes out of the water, pulls her in. I don't believe it.
Wow. Apparently, Dragon Senpai Beast is only 12 years old.
No, man. He has to get about this channel, dude.
He's only 12 years old. You know why? You know why I think that's a lie?
She's still alive. She's still alive. Okay.
Hold on. You know why I think that's a lie?
That was a dream. That was a dream.
You know why I think that's a lie? Because I made this channel only for mature audiences. You have to be required of a certain age for you to be able to apply on.
Well, you can click yes.
Hey, look.
It ain't like Twitch got the most strenuous of age
Gonna learn today.
system.
Wow.
Look at Jason on the ground. Look at Jason on the ground right now.
Wait a minute. What? So Nelson, you don't want him to watch the channel?
He could. I mean, I don't give a fuck who watches the channel. I'm just saying. He's already exposed if he's only, what he said his age is.
Alex, look at Jason. Look at Jason.
Unbelievable, man. I can't believe this is a wild director's cut. Wait a minute. He was still laying there. Yeah. All right, so all that other escape stuff was just a dream, and the mom coming out of the water was a dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's
wait. Where's the black dude? Where's Playboy that got chopped up?
You know what? Shut up.
All right. Turn away.
He been having jokes getting me, yo.
Turn away from your TVs. It's time to get started. It's 8 o'clock now. We wasted 15 minutes of hearing you talk shit about Jason.
Hey, what's in the water? Hold on. Something in the water.
Yo, we're not gonna start this for real.
Oh, we gotta start it. Hold on. Let me get ready. All right, we could go.
All right, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. And you fucking started.
You say he farted. What the
Go.
All right.
Well, the camera stopped zooming in on Dave. Stop that shit.
You seen Final Destination? Well.
What? Okay. What's going on, New Game and Order? We back like Juggernaut Mitches with our, what is it? What's the date today, Nelson? I don't know.
The 24th.
It's the 24th.
All right. I think this is the last podcast for September, right?
Yes.
And,
October 1st will be the next.
Okay, so with
it's
that,
the first of the month.
Unbelievable. So, New Game in Order, we're coming at you. Unfortunately, a couple of the staff members are MIA. Chris had to he's on a trip. Shinmar is taking care of some business, Steve Harvey style. He'll know what I'm talking about. And
he's getting plugs.
What? Oh, that's messed up. Steve Harvey bald though.
Really?
He's getting plugs. No, I know Shinwar's got. Shinwar's got hair. He just chooses to shave his head.
What the fuck?
All right, so New Game in Order. I just also wanted to let you know this segment or this podcast has been brought to you by Golden Child Entertainment or Golden Child Image Photography. Anthony Palmer. I met him in Afghanistan. Does some phenomenal work. I'll leave a link below so you can check out some of his pictures. And if you're in the North Carolina area, you can link up with his services. So I highly recommend him. He's a good friend of mine. Golden Child Entertainment. Check out Anthony Palmer. All right. With that, going around the table, starting with the Mizzle of free play mode intro. What you got for us, bro?
Yo. In addition to Anthony Palmer sponsoring the show, I'd like to introduce the sponsor. It's the bro button.
Oh man, here we
go. We already started the bullshit.
No, but all seriousness and jokes aside, like, just want to say what's up to the New Gaming Order. Thanks for having me on again.
Thanks for being on. You've been doing some good stuff, and to give Demizzle, Nelson, and Lyoko Lion some dap. We did the WWE Night of Champions podcast, and we were like the first to put it out, and we did almost 1,000 views in not even 2 days. So I want to thank Free Play Mode, Lyoko Lion, who may be joining us for that. So, you know, shout out to those individuals. And Demizzle, continue your intro.
And just want to let you guys know that all my fans out there watching the show, thanks for supporting the New Gaming Order. It's greatly appreciated, and I will be putting more of their shows on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook for you to enjoy, especially the back ones that I'm on, because if you thought it was Hellbound now, it was even worse in the early days.
Yeah, I couldn't air that Macho Man thing. Yeah, I was just like, man.
Which I seen recently.
Stephanie McMahon says, "Thank you, Macho Man."
Yo, I couldn't air that. And you see, it said deleted scenes because me and Anomaly were sitting there. I'm like, yo, are you for real? But Nelson, you have to admit the editing was funny, right?
It was random.
Yo,
really?
It was
random.
It was crazy shit, man. He's just like, I'm not even gonna repeat that. Takuma, intro. What's going on, man? It's good to have you back. How's everything?
Macho Man pickles, is everything kosher? What's up? It's your boy shit Takuma. I was out for a while. I had to pretty much relocate myself to other areas where opportunities are a little bit more plentiful, and you know things are a little bit more cheaper down here. So. What's up from the big star lone state of Texas? That's where I'm at right now. Other than that, though, nice to be back in the community.
Man, Takuma's on the run. Let's be real.
Yo, oh, damn. Come on. For real? What you got to say?
I'm on the run.
And you gave him praise for him being on the run? For real?
He's on the run from child support.
Yo, chill.
I just found out, Dave.
Yo. That's all good.
Leave me alone, man. They caught me, man.
All right. Playboy, welcome back.
Hey,
Intro.
Yeah, what's going on, hookers?
What?
You guys shut the hell up. Well, I'm actually home from not crisscrossing the globe some damn well, but yeah, it's good to be back. So I'm glad to be here. Looking forward to tonight's topics and to all the shenanigans tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. All right, and Nelson, my partner in crime, intro, brother.
Well, hopefully this will be an enjoyable podcast tonight. As you guys see and notice, we're kind of changing up the format every once in a while, and instead of this week of having a YouTube video, I am actually currently live playing Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain while we're broadcasting. You won't hear no sound. I will not play any spoilers. So this is just something new to be a little bit more creative with the content instead of you seeing like a bunch of fighting games and repetitive shit. So hopefully,
yeah, and the ones that are afraid of spoilers and stuff, just stop being a baby.
Yeah, well, there's no spoilers tonight, so
I'm so sick of this. No spoilers. Just play the damn thing.
Yeah.
Well, I am playing it, but I'm saying for people who bitches and complaints, they won't get
ban them. Get them from the channel. Hell, come on.
Alrighty. Alright, so let's get started, New Gaming Order. The shenanigans. The director's cut's gonna be really good this week. Alright, so getting started. Konami. This is probably the last time I'm gonna really have a segment dedicated to them. Actually, like, I'm trying to shoot from the hip because there's two things that made me bring up Konami. Number one, I think that they lied to us. They said that they weren't going to stop doing AAA games. And now it's been confirmed that they are ceasing all production on AAA titles going forward. The only AAA title that they will continue to produce is PES. Alright? So that's one. Number two, that I think directly affects Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, because there will be no DLC to expand the story any further. They have no plans of doing such, so there we are. Now, also, I mean, because I'm trying to do 3 topics in one, what was your first encounter with Konami's products? You know what I mean? For me, just to start off, was the original Castlevania for the NES. And then, you know, Haunted Castle, the arcade game I played at Sandy Hook when I went down there. But, you know, I just wanted to give the foundation for it. And if you get lost, I'll kind of steer everybody. But Konami, as we know it, is gone. The family running Konami fucked up. The way they treated Kojima and all that is just... But primarily, the main topic of the 3, if you don't hit anything else, is the fact that they're not going to be doing any sort of DLC for the game at this time. But if they're saying that they're pulling out of AAA titles, the writing's on the wall. All right, so I wanted to start with the Mizzle free play mode first, and you know, any of those 3 topics that you wanted to touch on. You know, but mainly, let's start off with the DLC that Konami... I'm looking at the article from Polygon. It's like, wow, really? Really?
Well, with the ceasing of AAA titles, it does not surprise me that they're not going to support any of their titles going forward, and that includes Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. But what I wanted to get into was the politics of why Konami is ceasing all AAA titles. And why they're ceasing all AAA titles is because they want to get on the ground floor when Japan lifts the ban of gambling. Because right now in Japan, it is illegal to, like, there are no casinos in Japan. There's no, like, slot machine parlors in Japan. Like, gambling in Japan is, like, strictly limited to pachinko machines. And if you don't know what pachinko is, I suggest you look it up. But that's, like, the only form of legal gambling you can do in Japan. And I think ultimately they're going to fail because what they're hoping to do is steal tourism away from Macau, which is not that far away. And for them, they don't realize that people, like, when they go to Macau, gambling is not the only thing they go there for. Like, there are vices that are legal in Macau that are not legal in Japan. Like, there are things that law enforcement simply looks the other way for in Macau that will land you a very, very harsh prison sentence in Japan. So, in order for Japan to steal tourism from Macau, they have to loosen up on a whole lot of regulations, make a whole lot of things legal that are not currently in Japan. Like, things that are legal in Macau are, like, prostitution is legal in Macau.
What the heck?
It's serious. It's like going to Vegas. Like, it's not illegal to, like, it's not illegal to have a prostitute, but it is illegal to, like, run a brothel or anything in Vegas. But if you have a prostitute, it's not illegal to be with one. Like, in Japan, that would never go over. Like, drugs, while not legal in Macau, like, law enforcement simply looks the other way, while in Japan, that's like a heavily regulated thing. It's very strict. They that real heavy. So ultimately, I think Konami is going to fail, and they're going to fail very, very hard because of the things that are legal and kind of look the other way upon in Macau as opposed to Japan. It's a culture thing. It's the reason why they're going to fail.
Okay, so with Konami taking this risk and pulling out of AAAs, that's one thing for this pachinko machine setup and whatnot. But hey, with that, I just don't get it. That just, I don't know. Was it a lack of profit, or because Metal Gear has been doing well? A lot of their titles, Castlevania was doing well. Like, what was going on?
When you look at their pachinko machine sales, they bring in a huge profit for Konami. And they figure, like, since gambling's going to be legalized in Japan, that they have a chance to make more of that profit from gambling without putting out all the money they need to, like, in terms of game development. Because game development is expensive.
Yes,
like, you have to pay developers, you have to pay people who design engines. You have to pay all those people. Whereas a pachinko machine, a slot machine, you just have to pay some dude who programs odds into machines and put together a machine and slap like a Castlevania font on it or a Metal Gear font on it and sell it to some casino or sell it to a pachinko.
Yeah, I got you.
So the overhead on those types of things is a lot. It doesn't cost them a lot of money to do.
Okay. Now, considering that, that's the direction they're going to go, and it directly affected, to me, obviously, Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, to me, Konami is pretty much done to me, because I have no interest in that pachinko machine stuff, and the vast majority of gamers don't. But before I give the floor to Takuma, what was your first memory with Konami? Like, what was your first contact, so to speak?
Up, down, left, right. BA start.
Contact? All right. And I think that's a lot of people. Like, for me, it was Castlevania, but I played Contra and Gradius not too far after that. But
that was my first contact with Contra. I remember my older stepbrother having it at my dad's house, and I was that annoying little brother, and this was before my little brother was born. And I was that annoying little brother who would pick up the second controller like, let me play. Mm-hmm. And I would be always stealing his lives and stuff. And that was my first contact with any kind of Konami game whatsoever. And then I remember going to Chuck E. Cheese's and playing it in the arcade because I thought it was the same thing as the Nintendo version, and it's a drastically different game. Yeah,
it was a more updated but shorter version of the NES game.
Yes.
So, okay, good stuff. Now, shifting gears, Takuma, what are your thoughts on, Konami seemingly lying and saying, hey, we're not getting out of AAA titles? But I think that was damage control because they didn't want to affect Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, the sales or anything of that nature. That's what I think.
I'm kind of hurt because, it builds up more the game when you add, like, extra story modes to it. It gives us something more enjoyable to play once you beat the game and you're not ready to go back to it. You got side missions and side stories. Now, I'm trying to go back what the Mizzle said. You mean to tell me they took all the money and they started putting it in plinko machines?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Pachinko and slot machines. That's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
You people can't even fix your air quality, but y'all want to put money in plinko machines.
It's the
really?
wrong country, man.
Okay. Yeah, unbelievable. You know what? No game order.
Wrong country. You thinking about China?
Man.
Sorry about that. That's
y'all can take half of the money that y'all make doing other stuff and put in projects like games. Because y'all know we one of the most major importers of like bad stuff from China. But you mean to tell me y'all put money in plinko machines and people are actually playing them? Really?
Well,
come on now. What type of world we living in?
I don't know. You know what? Demiso made a good point. Their cultures, they're different. They're different from us. So it's, I don't know. But considering that they're going to be going into this and possibly the mobile market, it's like,
I don't see myself get out of school over there going like, oh, I'm going to get my plinko fixed. Hold on for a second.
It's a different culture over there. Karaoke is really big over there.
Yeah, karaoke's huge in Japan.
Dude, I remember when I went to Japan for my 2 weeks. Oh man, like they have entire like pachinko dens, and it's like just people just sitting at these machines, putting in money. It's like that grandmother you see down in Atlantic City with the quarter slots. It's just money.
Yeah, they're tapping their neck and their veins. Yeah.
Alex may know about this. Kadena Air Force Base, Kadena, what's that? Kadena Gay Street?
No, I haven't been there.
You ever been over there?
You talking about Kuska or Yakota?
No, I was near in the Marine Corps. I was near Camp Hansen and Camp Foster. Near those two. But Kadena Gay 2 Street, man, I found this like these two places, and I went up in there. It was something more arcade machines, and they were in there like packed. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Wow. You know what?
Damn, they was playing. Back on the Third Strike, a lot of Tekken, and a lot of it's a Neo Geo game. I can't think of it, but I know it has it was one of the Fatal Fury games, but they were playing a lot of that shit. I went in there and got beat bad, but I didn't want to. But that's the the whole era and genre I grew up in. But now I can't really like walk.
Times have changed, man.
Like, on machines. I'm like,
but
that's all I got.
But also, like, what was your first contact with Konami's products back in the day?
Oh my god, my first contact with Konami was just like what the Mizzle said, but it was like Life Force, Mania, Gradius. Oh my god, I can go down
track and field. Y'all play track and field, mashing the buttons.
Yes.
I mean,
I remember that.
Oh
my
my
god,
like like old school. Like yes, I'm like. People freak out. I'm still playing like Life Force and Gradius on my computer, and they're like, "Oh my god, where'd that game come from?" I said, "Damn, what year were you born?"
Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's funny you say that. You brought up Gradius, and we were talking about older franchises that Konami has not touched since past generation consoles.
Oh,
and now you see, there was a rumored Contra first-person shooting Revolution that was supposed to come out. Obviously that was never going to see the light of day, but in the same right, if Konami's not going to be using these IPs, I think that it'd be smart to just sell them off and give them to companies that will continue their legacy, because I think that it's like, well, if we can't profit off of it, nobody can. And I bet you, just like what happened with Inafune and Kojima, people that were in the companies that made those titles big, you know what I mean? And then they can't take their titles with them. The company, the sinking ship, is going to take all the names and titles with them. That's why you got a lot of spiritual successors, like the Bloodstain, Castlevania spiritual successor, because Konami's not giving up the rights. You know what I mean? And that company is so fucking stubborn. They got the Titanic mindset. Hey, I'm going to go down with this ship, and everything that people loved and paid money for is going to go down with it.
Right. If you're going to do anything, re-up my classic games and make them HD. Do that.
Well,
but
they're pulling out, man. Pause. Hold on. But
that's all I got.
All right.
My
Playboy.
My first contact with Konami was in the arcades of New York City. Contra, 1987. Okay, I am old, guys.
What? Yeah.
Me and Alex are old. We remember Contra.
Speak for yourself.
For me, or I will pull receipts on you. Don't play with me.
Oh my goodness, yo! What the heck? Unbelievable.
We are the same age. Don't play with me.
You know what? I got you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it was in the arcades of New York City. Times Square was Contra. That was my first time ever heard of anything Konami, and then of course Castlevania.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a shock when I read that. I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, wow, that's a major shift. That's Titanic shift in the video gaming industry, really.
Yeah,
because Konami is a huge AAA video game developer.
They were one of the pillars. It was Capcom, Konami, wasn't even EA, but Square. You had a lot of them who pretty much, like, if you knew or of gaming, you knew who Konami was as a company.
They at least could have went the route of Sega, because Sega started off in the arcades. Remember?
Yeah. Then they went to consoles. Then they went to third-party software.
Now there's this purely software developer.
Mm-hmm.
They at least did that. Just getting out of the business completely is just. I mean, the money that you're leaving on the table is crazy.
Yeah.
And with all these IPs you have, they have like they said, they have a whole bunch of IPs like what's it? Gradius, Life Force, Gyros, Time Pilot. Oh my god.
Oh, I remember that. Oh shoot! You know what? You know what? If I remember something that old, I'm not gonna say nothing, because I'm gonna let you go down in that ship.
We coming down there together.
He gonna be pulling me down like
God, Gradius 3? Oh my god, 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can't forget Double Dribble.
Yo, oh my goodness.
Oh my god, all
Double
of that.
dribble,
The fights I had over there, yo.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, wow. You know what? You see, Konami the company that it was back in the day, it was definitely not the company that pretty much squandered its legacy. Okay, and it's sad to see that, number one, they lied and said, no, we're not stopping AAA titles, and then they went ahead and confirmed it after the release of Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. So that was a Mitch move on Konami's part. And now, you know, it's almost as if, to me, if you really think, like a WWE analogy, you have people like Roddy Piper, Terry Bollea, freaking Andre the Giant, like, you know, Paul Orndorff, a lot of those people who seem like to be the foundation of why a lot of people were watching WWE back in the day. It's similar to a lot of people were playing games because of Konami, because of Capcom, because of all these other folks, you know, Square Enix and things like that, you know, and to see one by one, like the companies, and Capcom got smart. They're like, hey, at least we'll boo up with Sony to at least bring out the titles. But Konami could have linked up with, like, Nintendo, could have linked up with Microsoft if they were hemorrhaging that much, or in the gaming department, so to speak. But it's gonna hurt to see games like Metal Gear not see a future. Capcom or Contra not have like a possible remake. That really sucks, you know. But moving on, Nelson, last but not least, what are your thoughts on Konami lying initially about pulling out of AAA titles, the fact that there won't be any DLC to expand on for Metal Gear Phantom Pain, and what was your first contact with Konami?
Well, from what I heard of this alleged rumor, at first, I don't know because I haven't checked up on it since, they said that it was confirmed that they're not going to be doing no more AAA titles, but only PES, which is a soccer game, if you guys don't know already.
Yeah.
Fans who's not, you know, not Konami affiliated that well. But I also heard that that's another rumor that no one can confirm whether if this is going to actually halt its progression with AAA titles or not. I heard that they still are going to do it, but it's going to be taking towards a different direction and not done by the same people. Again, I could be wrong. I really don't know. I can't confirm this until probably a couple weeks later down the road when they actually...
Yeah, the link to the article is in the Facebook and will be on the newgamingorder.com website, you know, so follow up.
But as of my first memory of Konami, woo, I would have to probably say either Contra or probably Snatcher for the Nintendo was my first game of Konami. Those, oh my god, especially when I finally learned about that code. Man, that was some good times back then, sitting there playing with my older brother, and he would always snatch the controller from me, man, when I'm trying to play Contra. I get up to the last boss, he would take this shit from me, and then he would turn off the console and be like, ha ha ha, you lose.
That's messed up, Nelson.
It is messed up, but still good memories from the past, but that's as far back as I can go with Konami. I can't go any further back than Contra and Snatcher.
Okay. Now, you know, just lightly before we end this segment, I'm pretty sure we played a whole plethora of Konami games, but what was that one franchise that really stood out in your mind that Konami has produced? Now, I'm torn between two of them, but I'm going to let everybody go first. And yeah, like, you know, yeah, our first contact is one thing, but what was that product that Konami, like, you couldn't wait to play the next installment of the game, that type of thing? So I'm gonna start off with NYC Playboy.
As a child of the arcades, Contra.
Contra.
Okay. Then the next one was Super Contra, which was
Super Contra was dope, and I would say Contra 3, the Alien Wars, was probably like the peak. Of you know.
Absolutely. And I am making, just a little sidebar. I am trying to buy some old arcade cabinets. I'm trying to buff up my man cave since my kid is going off to college, so you know he don't live there no more. Come next spring, I am going to have my own arcade.
Damn, you just driving home to the point. You can't come back here, son.
Dang,
old man did to me. I said, oh man, I'm going to Uncle Sam. He said later.
Dang, yo, he like don't
on
come.
the airplane. Say, you know, you don't live here no more. I'm like, okay.
What the yo? All right. Takuma, what was that one series, or what was the one thing that Konami produced that really made that impression that, you know, hey, I will remember that company for this?
It has to be for me. It's a tie. It's between Life Force and Castlevania.
Okay.
It's because like when I played Life Force, I'm like, okay, what the hell are you doing, and why are you going from sideways to like like from vertical to horizontal? And I'm like, yeah, really? And like, oh, somebody said you instead of a rabbit. I'm like, really? No, you in space. I'm like, oh shit, cool. Mm-hmm. So then I played Castlevania. I'm like, yo, what's the purpose of this game? This guy with a whip, he got weapons. Oh, you gotta fight Dracula? Okay, I'm cool with it. And then ever since then, it just took off. So I'm like, I love Konami games.
Okay. And Demizo, what was this one series that stood out in your mind that made that impression that, damn, you know what, I'm gonna regret Konami ceasing to exist the way that we once knew them?
Well, before I get into that, I just got to say one thing about Nelson's brother turning off the console. It's like Nelson getting Nelson, like. But real talk, it was the Gradius series. Life Force is a part of the Gradius series.
Actually, that's Gradius.
Yeah,
one, and then Life Force was Gradius 2, actually.
Yeah. No, it's great. Life Force is a spin-off. It's like a side series to Gradius, because there is a Gradius 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there is a Life Force 1 and 2, and they're like a lot of people like Contra, and that's like the obvious go-to answer. But I was even today, I'm still a big shoot 'em up fan. Like, well, as they're commonly referred to as shmups, but I love them because of the challenge. Like, they're like no other genre out there, and that they present each shoot 'em up presents a unique challenge. Like, you can't play one and have a frame of reference to play another one, even if they have similar mechanics.
Okay.
It's like, it's still a totally unique experience. And I fell in love with the ship from the Gradius series, as well as the Life Force series, the Vic Viper,
which was in
Zone of Enders.
Yes.
And I'm kind of mad that Kojima didn't continue that series, because I love the Zone of Enders series, and I love it a lot more than Metal Gear. Like, and people who watch this,
Jehudi come back, that would have been cool for the next gen, you know.
Like, people who watch this podcast know my long history and long hate relationship with the Metal Gear series, so it was the Gradius series for me.
All right. Nelson, what was that franchise for you that you're gonna miss, or what did Konami do that really stood out for you?
Well, as far as what game I'm gonna be missing, the current game that I'm playing right now, the Metal Gear Solid series, I thought the series was phenomenal. You know, the way how it was told. Even though I haven't really, I guess you can say, fully finished this one that I'm currently playing, because the story is longer than I expected. I'm gonna miss that. Besides that, certain games that don't get that much shine, Silent Hill, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss Castlevania. I'm gonna miss the Gradius series, just like what Demizo was saying. What was another Konami game that actually was lost and forgotten, and no one wanted to resurrect it?
It was the Contra series. Like, Contra never really got past the PlayStation.
Well, Contra got a lot of spin-offs from different.
But but the story was dumb. It wasn't the original story. It was.
Well, stupid. You see, and I think the PlayStation one, the second player, it was Bill and Lance. Lance, I think, got killed at the end of the Alien Wars, and his corpse got inhabited by the alien. So you actually fight Lance in the PlayStation 2 one.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Like, it's like, what the hell? And why do he look like Bison?
Yes.
I was like, really? And you know what? I still didn't beat that. Well, actually, I did beat the PlayStation 1, but I didn't get the full ending. It was just some shit. Konami had a funny way of doing that, you know, but... Yeah, continue, Nelson.
Yeah, also, something that Dave did bring up, Zone of the Enders. we will never, ever see the light of day of another one. They need a part 3.
Yeah,
People have no idea how good that franchise was. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, that was a good game. That was a good. But you know what? Don't never say never. You know, look what happened with Shenmue. We thought we wouldn't see a 3rd installment, and you know, somebody's trying
Play
to
that damn game, Shenmue. Whatever the game is. What the? Never mind.
Takuma. That's disrespect to a legendary series that pretty much kind of helped
I never
shape.
played it, so I gonna say nothing about it.
Well, I would tell you this, and some people might, you know, take a stab at me for this, but it kind of helped a lot of open world games of today. There's a lot of influences from Shenmue in a lot of that stuff, like your GTAs, your Saint Rose, that kind of stuff. You know, so yeah.
Let's not forget Yakuza.
Amen.
There you go.
Amen.
Yep.
So Demizzle actually, you know, knows what I'm talking about. Like, we don't disrespect Shenmue here. It really hooked up the current generation because it's just
I won't bash him. I won't bash him.
All right. So Nelson, did that complete your segment?
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, for me, I'm torn between Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Super Castlevania, or the remake to the original Castlevania of the NES, but Super Castlevania 4.
A good ass soundtrack.
What the heck? Okay, it like I was saying, Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That the soundtrack, the production, the voice acting in that game for a 2D game that had that whole Metroidvania setup was freaking. Oh man, to think that we're not gonna see that. You won't see Alucard, you won't see, you know, Richter, Simon, you won't see them again. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm kind of torn between those two games, Metal Gear. I mean, shit, Konami had made so much good shit. It's hard to say that I like this more than the other. You know, but I am gonna miss the Castlevania franchise. Like that really, you know, me and On Your Knees were a big fan. We were big fans of the lore. Like we would read the timelines and where the games fell into the continuum, or Leon being Trevor's great grandfather and Simon being such and such in the main storyline. You know, Lords of Shadow was like a spin-off in its own universe, like the Nolan versus Batman. But it was still great in its own right, you know. And to think that Konami always was that company that didn't put shit out, like in terms of like a garbage game. You know, their AAAs were true AAA games. And to think that we're not going to get that anymore is just that's really depressing. You know, Castlevania was my first outing with them, and you know, I think it's safe to say that the panel will miss Konami as what they used to exist as. The Konami that they're turning into, fuck you guys. And with that, that's all I got. So those, anything in the chat before we shift gears, Nelson?
As far as what I'm seeing, there's a lot of people was just talking about, you know, or especially Playboy talking about the new day, nothing but coons. Really?
Oh,
really?
Yo, what the heck? Yo, you can't say that.
They rock. New Day rock.
Apparently the football game is on.
They smokes rocks.
No, I mean, hold on, wait. No, these coming out, they buck dancing and doing a diddy bop. I'm like, what is this on my screen?
They're getting rickrolled by Triple H. But with that New Gaming Order, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com. And to those who are checking us out on the Night of Champions podcast, you know, we got some new subscribers. Thank you guys very much. And the show wants to be more interactive. If you want to be a guest on our show, we're more than willing to, you know, hook up with me or Nelson and we'll have you on. All right, with that, we're going to draw this segment to a close. Those who are watching us live, stay tuned. For our YouTube folks, check us out in the next segment. Peace.
Okay, that's the first recording. Let me just, get
all right,
this
now, the next stuff, and I don't want to draw it out too far, but it's going to be the Oculus Rift. The PlayStation VR, or PlayStation VR, like the Morpheus. the pros and cons to it, and you know, I'm gonna lay some stuff down because I watched the conference earlier.
What about the Gear VR from Samsung?
So what's that?
The Gear VR.
Well, you can bring that up. Yeah, I mean, anything that you guys want to contribute to this portion, so be it. So let me pull up the first one. Yeah, the Oculus Connect 2 keynote thing I was watching for about an hour and a half. Man, once we get started with the recording, we'll get started. But
Yeah.
Nelson, whenever you're ready.
3,
Well,
2, 1.
What's going on? New Game in Order. We back like the Juggernaut, Mitch, and that's Nelson in the bathroom. Anyway,
Hold
Okay.
on. Hold on.
yeah, he
Wait,
be powering up.
First off, that's a little bit too transparent for you to be telling people how I take a shit. I'm just saying.
Okay. Anyway, New Game in Order. Wanted to touch on the new, so-called revolution that Microsoft, Sony, Samsung, they're trying to get into, you know, the VR ring. Now, here's the thing that I think that a couple other YouTubers had mentioned, and Demizo will agree with me on this. Gaming has hit a plateau for years. Even certain generations, there didn't see much change. All right, you had a lot of folks where, you know, controllers it, right? Then Nintendo changed the game because actually Nintendo was ahead of the game with the U-Force, the Power Glove. I mean, I don't think back then the technology matched what it was trying to deliver. Now, fast forward, Nintendo hit pay dirt and got lucky with the Wii. Some of my friends still own the original Wii, right? You know, waggle controls and all that. You know, they somewhat put you into the game. You know what I mean? Hey, I can control it, so on and so forth. Now, you know, Microsoft, Sony decided to go with you know, Kinect and, you know, Sony's little Wave devices. They you know, PlayStation Eye. Okay, fine. It kind of fizzled out because, you know, you don't really see a lot of support for those platforms anymore. I guess it was just a trend. Now, the new trend is VR, and part of me is just like, you know what? Will this catch on, or will this have its pop and die off? You know, because I was watching the Oculus Connect 2 keynotes on Twitch, and some of the stuff that they're promising, if they can do this, it will be a game changer. To literally, like, on a sensory level, put you inside the games, especially for first-person shooters, games like Gears, Halo. Imagine being immersed in the world of Halo. When you look around, you can actually see that you're on a Halo ring, or you're on the planet Sarah, where, you know, you're one of the cogs running around doing your thing with your team. Interesting to look to my left, see Demizzle. Look to my right, see Nelson, Shinwar, like in gameplay. You know what I mean? Now, this is not to be mistaken with the HoloLens. The HoloLens is a separate technology, but man, they're really going for it. And Sony, I think that they only have 100 degrees in terms of perception, but I wanted to open that with Demizzle. Because he can definitely get into the details with this. And then NYC Playboy is going to talk about Samsung. But, Demizzle, what are your thoughts on this impending revolution with the VR? You know, Oculus is really pushing it. They're going to be delivering each unit with a Microsoft controller. Sony, their Morpheus, now PlayStation VR, will also be coming as a separate platform. $400 for the unit, and it comes with a separate power supply. So that's another food for thought. We're gonna find out what the Oculus Rift is gonna cost down the line. But Demizzle, what are your thoughts on, you know, gaming finally maybe hitting, you know, getting out of that plateau in terms of innovation, and your thoughts about the VR movement in general?
Gaming will still be on a plateau because VR is not the medium to lead it off of that plateau and take it higher.
Okay.
Like that's always been the selling point of VR is like, oh, it's gonna transform gaming into a new space, someplace it's never been. And people, like, we are by and large in our late 20s to mid 30s. And
speak for yourself. What?
Please, you are like you're like 6 months older than I am, Alex.
Oh, so another. Okay, all right.
Playboy happy too.
All right, I got another one. Don't act like you 22 up in this camp.
So it's like, the thing is, like VR, it's always been a revolutionary piece of technology in terms of technological specs and what it can do. But as far as moving gaming forward, it will never do that, because VR has always been limited by, you need an outside device in order to interact with the VR world.
Unless the holograms become a reality, and we don't have the technology to make that.
Well, that's where augmented reality comes in, but that's a topic for another podcast entirely.
Okay.
But it's like things like Sony VR Project Morpheus will never gain Steam, and Oculus Rift will never gain Steam. Like, people will buy them, like the diehard of the diehard. They'll be niche products. Like, those products in terms of mass gaming appeal will never happen. Like, I will honestly say this right now: Sony VR is dead on arrival simply because it's $400. Like, it is the cost of a PlayStation 4 right now.
Now, you know what? And this is not to dig at the Sony fanboys, but what do you say about that? What do you say about that? Because they crucified the Kinect, right? And this is $399 US, right? And it's being pegged as a new platform. So, like, what? Like, really?
It's its own standalone device from what I'm hearing, and like, you already own a $400 PlayStation 4. Is the average user who, like, keep in mind, people who buy Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s are between the age of like 10 and 45. Is that like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old gonna convince their parents to drop another $400 on a VR headset, which is more than likely going to see very limited software? Because let's be real, every time VR comes out, there's always this, ooh, I gotta make software for VR. We're gonna push it forward. We're gonna push it forward. And then this initial wave of software comes out, and they're technologically marvelous pieces of software. Prime examples of what VR should be at the point in time of which they're released. Then, when they don't sell the massive numbers, support drops off.
Yeah, because they don't want to take the risk, because it's already expensive in new frontier territory.
You don't see the follow-up game. You don't see additional support from companies who are waiting in the wings to see what the first wave did. You don't see that. You don't see. That's another problem with VR. You never see that second wave of support. Because the technology, as great as it gets visually and fidelity wise from audio and visual perspective, you still need outside hardware in order to interact with the world that you're experiencing.
Okay.
Well, but you know what? That is very true. But you know what? I would not be surprised if the Oculus is around the same price, or a little bit less, just to say, hey, we're cheaper than the competitor. You know? But
see, and I think Microsoft is taking the smart route with this by not getting into the VR headset space in terms of gaming, because they realize that it's a loser in terms of gaming. It's not.
How has that already been determined if you haven't put your toes in the water yet?
Dude, look at the predecessors. VR has been out since the early 80s, and every incarnation of VR.
Yes, I remember the Power Glove. Yes, I do.
No, I'm not talking about Power Glove and U-Force and stuff like that. I'm talking about headsets. Like,
the Virtual Boy was
that stuff has been around since the early 80s, and every incarnation that has come out since then has been like a commercial failure. Like, yes, it has its military applications, and yes, it has its virtual home applications, and on that front, yes, it's been successful. But in terms of gaming, it's been a failure because it costs too much, and you need other technology in order for it to work.
Like console,
computer, like the treadmill that you need to walk around in a first-person world if you want to get that immersive. You need the fake gun if you want to use the first-person shooter. You need
okay, I see what you're saying. But you know what? They did say with the Oculus that you will still be able to use controllers if you choose to. You know what I mean?
But it's not like, say, augmented reality where you're wearing like a Google Glass or a HoloLens, and the reality is being created around an existing space that you already.
Yeah, this is trying to recreate an environment for you, you know? And that's what I was saying earlier, how HoloLens differs in the technology.
Like, Microsoft is smart in the way that they're like, okay, we'll support Oculus Rift, but we're not going to invest the technology into doing something of our own in terms of VR, because historically, over the last 30 plus years, VR has been a loser. And like this
now, why is that? Is it because of limited technology, or they just don't know
how? Nail on the head, limited technology.
Yeah.
No, like for the time, VR has always been run on the top of the line technology for that time. The problem has always been, number one, price point. Even now, Project Morpheus for PlayStation 4 is going to be $400. That's a big investment. Second thing,
and you know what? The PlayStation VR, that's proprietary to Sony. The Oculus Rift is not just for. It's like for PC. It's like a broad. It's supported by more.
It's a standard. It's a standard. They're using standards. And to segue into Samsung is partnered with Oculus, and they created their Gear VR, which is for use with their Galaxy Note 5 and higher mobile phones on there, because they're entering it through the mobile space. Samsung is going through it via the mobile space, and Gear VR is only $99, and it's compatible with Netflix. Netflix already has content for it. They have something called the Oculus Arcade. You have over 100 movies from Fox accessible through the Oculus Cinema app. And also, you're going to have Twitch and Hulu, which will be available before the end of the year, this year, 2015.
Now, didn't they say Netflix is going VR or like a?
Netflix is going VR, 4K, the whole shebang. So they have worked out a deal with Akamai, their ISP, to increase the bandwidth, and they have been in talks with the ISPs to hey, via net neutrality, hey, this is what we're doing. And of course, you have Comcrap being a dick, saying hold up, wait, you're gonna have to pay us more money. Hold up, wait, stop, wait a minute, because Xfinity has their own 4K platform, delivering it through the internet, yada yada yada. So you see, that's where net neutrality really does come into play here. Thank God the FCC made the framework for that. So,
okay. AC. Now let's say and this is just asking everybody across the board, if the Rift in Sony VR does deliver on what they say they're going to deliver, how is that going to impact the gaming industry?
I have no doubt that they are going to deliver on what they say they're going to deliver. VR has always delivered on what they said it's going to deliver on.
Now, do you believe that it can change or really boost the experience with that glass wall that they're trying to hit? You know what I mean? Do you think that they're going to make it? Are they going to do it this gen, next gen, or it's going to take another decade?
It's not going to happen at all.
No. Let's look at it from a different space. you're looking at it from the home entertainment console space. Let's look at it through the mobile space first. A lot of investment is in the mobile space. The Samsung has a great price point, $99. Hey, you got all these different apps. You got all this. We got stuff on. The rubber is meeting the road. We got stuff ready to go.
All right.
You're not going to be, waiting for this, that, or the next, or whatever.
Okay.
But so we have to look at it through from what perspective are we looking at it from?
Let me play devil's advocate.
Okay, but just for time's sake, I wanted to give Nelson and Tahuma a chance to chat on it. But Takuma, what are your thoughts? Do you think that eventually the execution to actually making this virtual reality, like, do you think that Oculus and PlayStation VR will achieve this?
No.
And why not?
Leave. You know what? I always say this, and it's just basic common sense.
Okay.
Like nature, space, underwater stuff, and all that stuff. Leave shit alone. It's basic common sense. You messing with virtual reality and gaming, no one's gonna pay extra for that. When you making consoles, like my man said, like $400, $500, no one's gonna give you extra $400 to buy some virtual thing to up your gaming. Leave shit alone. If
But
you want
to challenge that though,
like virtual roller coasters or like virtual other stuff, but kind of virtual gaming, leave it alone. Because
but you know what? I want to challenge that. I think that this is a step in the right direction, not just for gaming, but like different applications. 4 of us are former service members and current serving right now.
Yep.
And you know how it works when we're doing freaking shooting in the virtual range and all that.
Virtual reality.
Now, you see, if the technology is done properly on the military application, and then why not, because games like Call of Duty, I can definitely see this really changing the experience and actually putting folks into the fight, so to speak. You know what I mean? If they achieve it right, why not? You know what I mean?
No, but Alex, here's the thing. Like, as far as military applications, like, there's never been an issue with that. Like, from tank simulators to
I've done this
combat simulators to jet simulators to submarine simulators. Those things in virtual reality, that application has always pushed forward because there's an actual practical need for that, because it's a safer way to train soldiers outside of a live fire situation that they may not be ready for.
What about police? Like on the civilian side, and teach them not to go and kick somebody's ass or kill somebody, you know what I mean? Like
that's not a live fire issue. That's an issue of being a dick or not being a dick.
Yeah, but I mean, putting them in scenarios would work out in VR. If to tell them, hey, don't do this. Some of them are acting out aggressions in real life where they're like, hey, don't do that. This is what can happen. You know what I mean? That's why I would like to see the technology work.
Yeah, but as in those arenas, yes, like the technology will be successful because it always has been. Like as I said earlier, like virtual home tours, like virtual vacations, virtual simulators for the military, virtual training devices for surgeons. That stuff has always been successful, but they've always been limited in the fact that they don't sell massive numbers because there are not a lot of need for that outside of the small amount of users that will use that. Gamers,
but you see, like for games though, like you said, there's a small, like, okay, apply this technology.
All right, look
first-person shooters. That's the first. That's a baseline for me. But then start to think about like Tomb Raider. If you can actually watch Lara, like, kind of pan around and stuff. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
But here's the thing. Like, there are about 1.5 active members of the United States military across all branches. Like, then you take into account surgeons, virtual tours of homes and stuff like that. That's only going to be roughly like 3 million of these units sold.
Okay.
Like, gamers, like, right now, there are 27 million PlayStation 4s out there. There are 13 million Xbox Ones out there. There are millions and millions of PC users out there. Those like non-gaming applications pale in comparison to the amount of potential users that you would have for gaming, and you will only have like less than 0.5% of all gamers adopting VR because of the reasons. It's not that the technology is not there, it's simply that the price is going to be too high, and the software
that's going to be a deterrent at some point.
Yeah, the software beyond that first wave is not going to be there. And those
but you know what, not to interrupt you, but I want to get Nelson's thoughts on this. Nelson, with the Oculus and the PlayStation VR, it's safe to say they're going to be like 400, but 350 to 400 at least, right?
That's a little bit too pricey for something that they're trying to get across to the consumer. I mean, look, as what everyone has been saying, I know everyone has their own opinion, but you're making us buy something that's already hurting the pockets of a casual consumer that wants to at least try it out. Even if it's meant for like, let's say like a big corporation like IGN to get like a prototype to test it out, or whomever and shit like that. It's very, you know, breaking in a sense, and not everyone's really ready for virtual reality. Yeah, you may have those soldiers or, you know, doctors that might need to use it for patients and so on to do more safer surgeries. To
like the HoloLens.
Right, to teach, you know, for better safety and whatnot. But you also have to think about it in the sense like, will this damage anyone? Will this be harmful to the eye? Will this, you know, like, these things have to be also, you know, taken precaution with, because look what happened with the 3D thing that happened with the Nintendo 3DS. People was actually getting like blind, like their eyes were getting
the kids like the depth perception wasn't like,
yeah, it was bad, and my friend sadly has fallen victim to it, and now he has to wear glasses because it damaged his eyes that fucking bad.
I smell class action lawsuits.
So it's really, you gotta, like I said, you gotta be very careful and delicate with this, you know, this VR thing. It may be good to some people in Japan, you know, wink wink, want to have sex with your cam girl, your dream girl,
unbelievable,
whatever the case may be. But
hit on a right there. If once the porn industry latches on to something, trust me, it's gonna take off.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, cause y'all think I'm bullshitting.
No, it's just like the media war when the HD, DVD, and Blu-ray, wherever porn goes with, that media is gonna win. You know what I mean?
You know, HD porn, you don't look at porn the same ever again.
Indeed.
Just saying, we're all grown folks up in this camp, so don't be acting all prudish.
Yeah, we don't want 12-year-olds watching this. Hey, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna draw this topic to a close. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com. And again, another advertising bit for Golden Child Entertainment. Check out Anthony Palmer's photography. I'll leave a link to the description below. Anything else for the good of the group before we move on?
All I have to say is, guys, just be very careful with VR in general, because you don't know if it's like harmful to your health, or, you know, just in case if you...
I'm sure they're gonna put the FCC disclaimers.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're kind of rushing for this to come out. I mean, the only thing that we had was like gaming related was what, Virtual Boy, and that was like, oof.
Wait, didn't Onion? Hold on, I'm gonna put On Your Knees on his blast. No, did he have Virtual Boy?
I have Virtual Boy. That shit was horrible. Oh
wow!
God.
Didn't they have Street Fighter? They had Street Fighter on there.
They had Street Fighter. They had The Simpsons on there.
And this shit was like red as shit.
They had some booty ass Duck Hunt on there. I was like, oh my god. I can't fucking deal with that. But yeah, just guys, if you got the money, go for it. If you want to be a tester, but if you get your eyes damaged and whatnot, you know, do not blame New Gaming Order.
No. Hey, you know what? When me and Shinwar and Go can go to Comic-Con, if they have units, there, believe me, we're gonna be checking that out, and I'll do like a on the spot.
What's Virtual Boy? I'm done, Dragon. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Go on Google.
I think he's trolling us in the chat.
No, he said that he's 12 years old.
Yeah, he said this is the one that says he's 12 years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's never seen a Friday the 13th movie. He doesn't know what a Virtual Boy. Dude,
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn
he's
today.
way like ahead of us in time when it comes to stuff.
Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna draw this to a close. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next segment. Those who are watching in the chat, enjoy the director's cut, and we'll go into the next segment. Peace.
Alright, I'm gonna rename this file, get your notes ready for the next one.
Alright. Hey, we did good with that because I had like 3 articles. Oculus Rift and all that other stuff. And
shout outs to PXG_OneFrameLink. He's also a streamer on Twitch. You guys should give him a nice friendly follow. He's been a very good supporter for New Gaming Order, or in general since we started out. So shout outs to him.
Much appreciated. What's that?
He has a follow from me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? Well, I'll put like an annotation in the video once we get up and running.
Just let me know when you want to start the next recording.
All right. The next one is gonna be kind of short, like, and then, or we can just merge it into the PSAs.
Are we doing the Mad Max one or the review or what?
Well, that can be in the PSA section because we could chop it up like. Yeah, because once I give you your PSA, you can just talk about, Mad Max, and I'll ask you questions.
He said, "I'm young, give me a break." Nah, man, we just fucking with you, man.
We like to bust chops.
We're just fucking with you. Don't worry about it, man. Even though I don't know if you're acceptable to hearing cursing and stuff like that, but
dude, man,
I'm just saying because we said a lot of crap.
This dude is 12 years old in the year 2015. Cursing happens on network TV, dog.
Nah, they're saying ass and bitch and stuff. Like, I'm like, when they started letting that fly.
If we was talking about Skinamax, that would be a totally different story. But come on.
Yeah, Cinemax, they were wilding, man. What's wrong with these
people? They still are wilding. Shoot, look at them at like 2 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, with the softcore porn.
Yeah, that never changed. Even when I was a kid, so. All right.
Watching Skinamax on scrambled cable.
All right. Okay, so we could do the PSAs and we could draw it to an end from here.
All right, so we're going to start up the recording. And mind you guys, I am trying to be as spoiler-free as possible with the game.
Trying to be sucker-free?
Shut up. Apparently, you're about to see a very, very fan service part by Kojima. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time if you guys have any weird fetishes against like video game women.
Or you want to get your lotion out.
Yeah, get your lotion out. I guess now is the time because this is a very fan service.
Quiet?
Yes, it's the rain part. So,
are you having sex?
All right, so I'm gonna start
bent over, showing her tits and everything.
Trust me, it's gonna be a little bit more than that, but all right.
Hold on, I gotta get that game. Set it to download.
Okay, so we're gonna start.
I'm gonna be watching it like.
We're gonna start. 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, New Gaming Order? We are in our final segment, which is our weekly gaming news, aka the PSA segment. So, in the interest of trying to finish up a little early today, I'm going to start my PSAs and we're going to go across the line. We're going to try not to do too many in terms of like if one person has 1 or 2, we'll hit that. But I'm going to touch on Street Fighter V. A piece of news that was on Event Hubs. They're talking about Street Fighter V will not feature on-disc DLC. Gee, I wonder why. Considering all the bad juju that Capcom was shooing out for the longest time, I wonder why they're not doing on-disc DLC, which has been their thing. That's been their rhythm for so long. And I just want to ask everybody, why do you think Capcom went this route? Is it because of Sony partnership or something else?
Tekken Cross Street Fighter, plain and simple.
Damn gyms.
But so you don't think Sony had anything to do with like, hey, we're giving you money to make sure this is done right,
No, do you remember? It was just like straight up backlash. Like, you remember how much hell, like, Capcom caught for the, like, when people discovered that the extra characters were on the disc and you were just simply downloading an initialization file to initialize them from the disc. Like, they caught all kinds of hell from that, from Tekken Cross Street Fighter. And I don't think Sony or Capcom wanted a repeat of that, especially with this game being an exclusive to the Sony platform. Like, because if they caught that kind of negativity off of a game that they're paying so much to have developed, they would essentially drive a lot of people away from the Street Fighter franchise.
So they had to really play nice to the consumer, so to speak, even though that move was... It is what it is. Okay, so with that also, and NYC Playboy might like this, the specs were also released for Street Fighter V PC. The minimum, like so far they're saying you need at least Windows 7 64-bit. Minimum processor is the Intel iCore 4160 at 3.6 meg.
Core i5. Core.
Yeah, pretty bare minimum, but it's recommended that you have i5 4690K at 3.5 gigahertz.
What about the AMD specs?
I think they're just giving the general baseline, because I'm looking at the RAM. They're saying 6 gig DDR3 minimum, but recommended 8 gig DDR3.
Dude, if you're operating with less than 8 gig these days, 8 gig is standard. If you're operating with less than 8 gig, you better be using like an office computer or something.
Yeah. Okay. And then the graphics card, they're saying the minimum NVIDIA GTX 480 or higher. For NVIDIA, what was it? There's another one, the GTX 570. The 670, but what's recommended is the GTX 960. So if you're running a little low, it's not like Street Fighter 4 where it wasn't resource hungry.
Right.
You might want to start upgrading. So I know Playboy.
I have PAL 10K, so he's good.
Okay, so he's already good to go.
Yeah, I have a GDDR5 2 gig of RAM card, so I'm straight.
and also DirectX 11 minimum for DirectX version.
I'm good.
Okay.
Well, it's just like, okay, just have the latest version of DirectX.
Apparently, my cousin is asking, what about AMD?
The AMD specs, I don't see them right now.
Let's say Radeon 570.
What? Say again?
Radeon 570.
Okay, I think I have that in my other laptop. I can still play Street Fighter on the old HP, but they didn't put anything with the ATI cards yet. So that the specs I'm reading right now, they're from Event Hubs. I can put the link, matter of fact, for you guys to check out right now in the chat. But yeah, that's what you'll be needing going forward to play Street Fighter V on the PC. And also, Phase 2 of the beta, which is going to include the PC, will have crossplay. So I'll be able to play it on the PS4 and my PC, and be able to do some dual streaming with that, and do some comparison videos too. So that's something else to look out for. So that covers my first PSA, but I want to give DeMizzle something. Anything in the gaming news that you want to chime on real quick?
Well, this ties into the game that I've been playing lately, Mad Max. I just beat it last night, and I loved the game. I thought it was great. And what I want to get into is the disparity between the mainstream gaming media reviews and the fan reaction to the game. Because if you look at the mainstream gaming reviews, the average scores has been between 5.5 to 7, and the average player review, if you look on Steam, has been 8s and 9s, and
that goes hand in hand, DeMizzle, with the podcast we had talked about trusting certain people's reviews of Metal Gear Solid 5
Right.
Phantom Pain, you know.
But here's the thing. I can explain the disparity because if you're a fan of the Mad Max lore like I am, this is the perfect Mad Max game because it gets the world right. And other post-apocalyptic games like Fallout, like Borderlands, like it, even though it's a post-apocalyptic setting, the world is very populated. There's a lot to do in the world.
Mm-hmm.
In Mad Max, if you've watched any Mad Max movie beyond the first one, like if you've watched Road Warrior, if you watched Beyond Thunderdome, if you've watched Fury Road, you realize that there's very little left in the world of Mad Max outside of car gangs and warlords, and the game perfectly illustrates that. So it gets that right 100%. The problem is that even though it gets the lore and the world of the movie right, for some people it doesn't translate over into a good game because people want content. They want things to do within this world.
Mm-hmm.
And this truly hits home the point of post-apocalyptic world. There's very little resources. There's very little humanity in the world.
Yeah.
There's very little of anything beyond like the point A to B things.
And Demizo, you and I were talking about that before we went on the air. I guess it looks good in a movie. It might look good in an anime, but may not transfer well into a game, so to speak. You know,
Right.
because if it's so spaced out, the expectation of playing a game is to get in there and play. You know, I don't know. Yeah,
I'll tell you the exact problem. Like the analog to this game is the first Assassin's Creed. Like a lot of people's like, well, there's this big ass world, but there's nothing to do in it. And that's what this game suffers for. But in this game, it's done intentionally because that's how the lore of the world is.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Assassin's Creed, like that's a programming flaw or a flaw with the game design of itself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And also, a lot of people are like, well, Mad Max generally doesn't have a story that's like that you get behind Mad Max and you feel for what he's doing. If you, again, like the game plays true to the lore and that Mad Max is trying to find peace, inner peace. And like a lot of things come between that on his goal to find peace because his wife and his daughter died in the first movie. And I'm not talking about Fury Road because I know a lot of people have only seen Fury Road, and that's the fourth Mad Max movie and not the first.
Now, let me ask you. So it wasn't a reboot. It's
a continuation of the series.
Okay, gotcha. And I heard it was like nothing but action. It was just like
it's literally like a 2.5 long hour car chase scene, and that's great. There are scenes like that in the game, doesn't take up, but the entirety of the game is an adventure game. And
I think if the people who watch Fury Road might be like expecting Fury Road in the game. I think that's
there is vehicular car combat in the game with vehicles like you see in the movie, but that's like a very, very small chunk of the actual game itself. Like there are quests that involve car combat like the movie, but it's not like long drawn out like the movie is. And the last thing is it's like Mad Max is he's not like an irredeemable character because the entire world is made to be irredeemable. There are very few actual good people in the world of Mad Max, and the game hammers home this point very well. Like everybody is simply out to survive. That's the theme of Mad Max.
And Fist of the North Star, which is kind of like
exactly
taking Bruce Lee. Yeah, taking Bruce Lee and Mad Max and making them one character, and you got Kenshiro. You know?
Yeah, Fist of the North Star draws heavily from like all these games and movies that are popular, like Borderlands and Fallout, Fist of the North Star, all draw their inspiration from Mad Max.
Yep.
Now you know what?
They should have put something to happen to Auntie Enmity. Because I'm sorry, people were expecting that or something, or nothing.
But you know what? To Mad Max's credit, I didn't even know that game was coming out, and then to see how good it looks, that looks like a really high level AAA title, and that was, if there was a sleeper hit award for VGA awards coming later in the year. It's like, man, Mad Max should take it. You know what I mean? I'm going to purchase it later on because it's just, you know.
Like, overall, I would give the game like an 8 out of 10 because it is a very engaging game. It's a very long game if you go through like all the missions on it. If you just go straight through the main mission, it's like a 10-hour game. But if you play all the side quests and stuff and build your character up and build your car up, it's a 40+ hour game.
And you know what? Shout out to Tough Nerd Toys. Danae, he's been playing Mad Max pretty hard too. So you know, if I know that something caught Danae's old behind's attention and he's liking it, then I know it's good, because it's hard to please him, considering that the way games are made now have changed. It's just that quick flash in the pan, let me get your money. Whereas Mad Max, it's a world that you have to be engrossed in. You know, so I'll definitely check that out. And Demizzle, if you do a separate review for that, or if you know, we can chunk off some of this, you can stick that on your channel.
Yeah, I would just recommend watching the Mad Max films before you get into this game, because you definitely need, like, without the Mad Max films backing this game, like, yeah, you'll get it, but it's not an enjoyable experience. If you watch the films, like all 4 films, Mad Max, Road Warrior, Beyond Thunderdome, and Fury Road, because the game chronologically takes place after Fury Road, it's a great experience. It could essentially be another entry into the Mad Max lore. That's how great it is.
And to answer Epic Spice's question, Demizzle, he said, is it like the movie or a separate game from Fury Road? This is a different story from Fury Road.
It's a continuation from. It takes place after Fury Road.
Yeah,
because it does make reference to events that did happen in Fury Road in the game.
Okay, gotcha. So, Demizzle, that was a hell of a PSA, aka review, which we haven't had. We're still waiting for the Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain review from Nelson and Kissimmee, but once that stuff is straight, that's I really appreciate that. Thank you, Demizzle.
All right, no problem.
And Takuma, anything in the gaming news? I know you're just getting back. If you don't have one, that's fine. We could just give Nelson your turn.
News from our underground and other sources. Can't really name them. Next upcoming characters that you may see that pop up in Street Fighter will be either Alex, Urine. There were talks about Sean. And one of those 3, you may see a trailer of Akuma.
Okay,
you can't skate.
But they did say there's only 2 classic characters. There's 1 new character that's going to be revealed. Yeah. I think all the alpha characters have already been revealed so far. You know. Yeah. Yes. And you know, apparently there's supposed to be 13 additional characters going forward as the game. You know.
As the game progresses, even though you may not see the big roster come out yet, as it gets close to the release date, you may see like a trailer that may give you like 3 characters or 4 or something like that. So just be on the lookout for it. But when Alex pop up, that's gonna start a whole other controversy. I can't wait for that. So I'll wait for him to pop up.
Alex, Gil, Urian,
when Urian pops up, there's gonna be so many Third Strike nightmares.
Why don't we just call this game what it is for real? Let's just call it Street Fighter Alpha 4.
Yeah, Alpha 4, Alpha 4th Strike. Let's call it that, because they pushed Karen in there. But you know what? These other characters, like for instance, okay, you got Nash or Charlie in there. You can't. It's kind of hard to have Charlie in there without Guile or an Abel. Now that Abel has been discovered to be one of the Seth robot bodies or nano bodies, you know, it's like, okay, does his story end? What about Jury? Jury has beef with Bison. Like, hey, she
coming back. I don't know why they're putting her in 5, but there's a good chance that she's gonna pop up in 5.
She is an intricate part of the story. Abel, there's a lot of people that have to come back for the sheer merit of the story. So
I'm still praying that Guy makes it back. I'm still praying for that. But
I don't think the final 5 characters are gonna have a
me neither. That's what I'm kind of afraid of. Like, damn.
They need to bring Hagar in finally to complete the final fight characters and Street Fighter theme.
Well,
Yeah,
see, Ono,
because you got Hagar, you got.
but Ono was like, oh, Hagar and Zangief are two alike. But if you see in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they look like they could be made different. They can be made different. So it's just, I don't know. You stuck Birdie in there, and I don't think anybody really wanted Birdie right off the bat. But
I wanted Birdie. I wanted Birdie.
But you called it though, and I was just like, Takuma don't know what he's talking about. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, damn. Well, I'll be damned. Takuma was right. So, all right.
But
so
I knew Karn was gonna come out, and now they talk about Karn and some type of new rushdown character. So I'm like, all right, just please bring back Guy. If you don't, then I understand. But if they put Sakura in over Guy, I'm gonna be really upset.
But you see, you got the beef with Karen and Sakura, so it's like, you can't not have them in there. And if Sakura does come back, just like that radical redesign for Ken, they need to have something to progress. Like, Karen looked like a college student now.
Make her grow the fuck up. She can only be in high school for so goddamn long.
Yeah, you know.
If y'all didn't see it already, if y'all already know by now, you know Ryu can start parrying, move before he goes to the super. So people have been really figuring out already. So he's really third strike-ish, so to speak.
Ryu is a heavy hitter. Like, I was playing the beta extensively, and man, there's some shenanigans. Like when he goes into his dungeon mode, like what they wait for you to jump, they'll stop time, go into dungeon mode, and you have a second to throw the Dungeon Hadouken or like a bunch of EXs.
Yeah, go look up Pikachu Akuma and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because he was using Rigo. I'm like, oh Jesus, already? I'm like, it was only a matter of time. He's so well focused before someone figures it out. I was like, it's only a matter of time. So that's all I got for my PSAs.
All right, and Nelson, last but not least, bring us home, man. We're doing good with time. We're like half hour early.
That about me, but I have nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad.
I have nothing. Go ahead.
All right.
Tag.
No, we here. I'm like,
Tag. Well, just to quickly go over some topics because there's not really much to talk on when it comes to PSAs. Apparently, Games with Gold for the Xbox One and the 360 as of October will be, I think, Valiant Hearts: The Great War for Xbox One from the 1st to the 31st, which is free. The Walking Dead, the entire Season 1 is from October 16th to November 15th for the Xbox One.
I'm going to get that.
For the 360, you also get The Walking Dead Season 1 from the 16th to the 31st. And from the 1st to the 15th, you'll get Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, which I honestly think is a waste of fucking time to put it on the previous gen. But,
that's why Microsoft keeps beating themselves up in terms of sales. Like, stop. It's time to cut support.
Yeah.
What about the PlayStation? What are their free games this month?
Well, I'm about to look into it right now as I talk about other little things. If you guys haven't already noticed, I believe 12 a.m. today for people who have pre-ordered NBA 2K16 should be able to play it early if you guys got it digitally.
Demiso, is that you?
Nah, I got a physical copy, so it'll be Saturday for me.
All right.
Yeah, so he can go get it at the store and whatnot, and he'll be good. Apparently, they rolled out a 1.01 update for the game for people who did get it early, so they could get a head start on the updated roster, who's currently injured and so forth.
Dang, injuring people. What?
No, I mean, because some people they start out the new year and blah blah blah, and they're just injured. There's nothing really. Nothing you can really do. Same thing with football, like how the Giants had a lot of injuries, but they still had to go on.
Let's not talk about my team right now.
Stupid ass Jason Pierre-Paul blowing his damn hand off like fucking.
And why he gotta be one of mine? Why he gotta be one of mine? dumb. I'll
Dude,
cuss him out in Creole right now.
He got his Peter Griffin on, yo.
Come on, let's go. Let's curse him out in Creole. Me and you together.
Okay, hold on. I am trying to figure
Monsieur
out.
imbécile, pas attendre, les gars t'école. Fucking guy, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay, this is just like I said. This is just rumors at the moment because no one has like official. There's no official Sony blog posting about
Yeah, I'm
for
looking
the
for their
PlayStation.
game.
Right now, I believe it might be Super Meat Boy re-coming out for the PlayStation 4 and the Vita.
Super Chris Boy. What?
Possibly Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I think is retarded. 3/4 Home Extended Edition. I don't know what the fuck that is. And I think that's it as far as I can see. Again, this is a rumor. I honestly can't say if it is or is not what it is. Let's see. Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend is coming to PC January 2016 for your PC fighters.
Okay, Chris, on your knees, it might be jumping on that.
So there's no more excuse now for Blaze Blue fans that are wanting it for the PC. You guys can get your fill next year in January.
Well, PC is getting all the good stuff. You know, they got KI and Street Fighter 5. You can't go wrong with the PC right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Rusev get shell shocked like that? Unbelievable.
For people who has not noticed, Pokemon Tournament arcade cabinets are over here in Times Square of Manhattan in New York. If you guys are living in the regional area, you could go to Dave & Buster's and play the actual Pokemon tournament cabinets. With the
Nelson, I gotta go there and check it out. That Pokemon looks kind of dope.
So I don't know how
I ain't gonna
long.
lie.
I don't know how long the time frame is for it to be there because apparently those two cabinets came directly from the Tokyo Game Show.
All right.
So I have no idea. Also, there has been one spotted in SoCal. I really don't know the name of the place, but it has been spotted there recently. Just trying to see if there's anything else. I guess that's it, unless if you guys have any idea what Project X Zone is for the Nintendo 3DS, which is what was that shit? Namco X Capcom. If anyone has remembered that game for the original PlayStation 2,
it's like a spiritual spin-off.
right?
To that.
So apparently
because that was a good game.
Apparently they just added 2 new characters, Rio and Estelle from Tales of Vesperia is now featured in the game. So the game is growing in its expansion of characters from Capcom and Namco as well.
That Namco X Capcom, that game was fucking awesome, bro.
So
that was a good game, but to localize it might have been a bitch. You know what I mean?
It's not hard to localize it if you guys are part of PC Master Race. They have translation files that you can get, and you can make them whatever language you want.
But did that game never came on to PC? Did it?
The Namco X Capcom?
Yeah.
No, you will have to. I don't want to say on air, but get it by different means and change the file of the text. Yeah.
All right. So I guess with that concludes this installment.
Unless if you want to bring up the little project that we was talking about earlier today.
No. You know what? I'm gonna refrain from putting that on the live stuff. I'll tell you why later because.
Well, unless you want me to bring up the other stuff, the combo thingy, we could talk about that actually.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, quick announcement that me and Alex was discussing offline.
Disgusting.
Shut up. We're gonna actually extend. Let me mute this stupid phone. We're actually gonna extend the wrestling portion of our show because due to the high numbers that we've been pulling from SummerSlam and now Night of Champions, we're probably going to be doing a segment, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. We're not really too concrete on the day yet, but we're going to probably do a weekly wrap-up of Raw, Main Event, NXT, and SmackDown.
Now, Demizo, you're invited to that if you'd like to be a part of that project. And then,
right, I'll join in.
Yeah, so, I mean, that'll be like a joint venture between Free Play Mode and New Gaming Order. And since we did such numbers, it's only fitting that you know,
we expand and make it grow. And lastly, the thing I actually wanted to talk about is we want to start getting more involved with our fan base, the community that we have made on YouTube and made on Twitch, which we're still growing currently. And we want to have probably weekly challenges or probably maybe combo videos to have you guys be more participating. Like for an example, the new Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition just dropped for, you know, multiple consoles, and I would like to see some of you guys do combo videos in the Bloody Palace and go all out and send us a video response or submission so we can actually
start giving out prizes.
Yeah.
You know what? I got a challenge for all the viewers out there. I'll whoop all your asses in Killer Instinct, and I'll record it. So if you beat me, I will post it on my YouTube channel.
And yeah, and if he loses, I'm gonna rub it in. So
alright, so mind you heard him say it live. Free play mode, Demizzle said that he can whoop anyone's ass, so that's including staff. So I'll take you on that challenge.
Alright,
can I be
you
the
got
hype man? Can I be the hype man?
you got the gamer tag for all you seeking this challenge out there is Dmizzle for Rizzle. That's DMIZZLE, the number 4 RIZZLE, and that's on Xbox Live. So shoot me a friend request. I got 1,000 slots open, so your challenge is being looked forward to.
And
you know what? I'm gonna be sitting there instigating like a mother.
so
Me
that
too.
challenge has been
I'll be a booster cable.
that challenge has
That's
been
it.
thrown out there, but I will start this week going into the next podcast, which will be October 1st. I would like to challenge anyone who has a next-gen console, whether if it's an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, find the best fighting game that you're a part of, whatever this is MKX, whether if it's Kings of Fighters, whether if it's Killer Instinct,
Come to Street
whatever.
Fighter fanboys.
Do your highest potential combo video or best like exhibition video and send us a video response to the New Gaming Order channel, and we'll put the top 3 videos up for showcasing, and you know, we'll probably give out prizes along the way once we get the user's actual name for the video.
I should do my my guy got him videos.
So it is definitely a challenge for this week. If anyone does not answer the call, it's okay, you know, it's fine, I guess. But I would like to start from now on to, you know, get a little bit more fan input, more fan participation with that. And then with the other project, we'll hold off on it until Alex and I are gonna, you know, confirm that this will be, you know, brought on. And
Yeah, because I still have to go through the file that you sent me, and like I said, I was busy today, so yeah, it was some stuff. But with that, New Gaming Order, thank you for checking us out. Thank you to Demizzle, Takuma, and Playboy for joining us on short notice. You know, Demizzle has been very helpful with us, and make sure you know, our audience, those of you in the chat, check out Free Play Mode's YouTube page. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to that. You know, most of our audience members are kind of, you know, cross viewing, so to speak. So, you know, sending support his way, you know, valued asset to this broadcast. And with that, New Gaming Order, I draw this to a close. Check us out next week. We have On Your Knees. He won't be doing the streaming tomorrow night, so someone will pick up for him. But Saturday morning TV, and then whatever goes on after that. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Okay, now with that, guys, I would like to say on the live stream on the main channel, which is this one, New Gaming Order, if I'm not mistaken, NGO Goken might be doing a broadcast as soon as we air off. I will contact them and find out. If nothing,
What is he gonna be playing?
I have no idea. He just said he might be streaming, so most likely might be a Destiny thing. I am not 100% sure. He might play Destiny. But if not, and no one does come on, it's alright, guys. We'll have someone come on tomorrow on the main channel, or the main channel will be hosting someone else's. So it might be Alex, it might be myself, it might be K Simi.
Yeah, we'll cover it down.
We'll figure out something for that portion, and we'll update you guys as much as possible with anything new that we're going to be continuing on with.
Okay. Now, also, Demizzle, you should put out another hit list for not just for Killer Instinct, but for the UFC game. You know what I mean? And then, you know, we can broadcast it on different...
Well, next week it'll be a different game.
Okay, because I'm telling you, people are they're gonna try to come for your head, bro.
So for all you out there, it is September 24th. You've got until October 1st to play me in Killer Instinct before the game changes.
Okay, I like that. I like that cross promotion. All right, hey, you could come on this podcast and put that out there and air it on your YouTube. That's gonna be good stuff. I can't wait to see it.
What I might do, I might make like an actual extra segment suggesting the challenge that Dave has made, and I'll probably put his information. I'll probably put like a little bit of the game clips, like a trailer, like a B-roll footage, and have like a timer being on the official site of how long people have. And then when the countdown is over, then it'll roll on to the next game that Dave will let us know of.
All right, that's cool. Oh man, Dave, don't lose, man. Don't lose
because there's a lot of assholes out there that will fucking do something about that clip. There's a lot of recording going on now.
They're gonna be recording, put overlays and sound effects.
Dude, I'm not Michael Hurdle. Y'all can overlay the fuck out of my video.
And that's out of love. That you know,
text overlays.
That fucking video, man. What the hell, man? That was too much. All right, so I'm gonna log off, guys. So I gotta check on my soldier, make sure she's all right. Long story. I can't talk about that on the air.
Yeah, all right. But with that, guys, we're gonna be ending the live portion of this, and we'll see you guys hopefully next month, which will be October 1st of that Thursday, same time.
I'll be in the Middle East.
What the heck? Unbelievable. Yo, he gonna be hanging with Rashid.
I'll be in Bahrain.
All right.